There is a truth about women that most men never discover, and because of that, they keep losing, again and again. Not because they are weak, but because they are unaware. Power is not about strength, it's about understanding human nature. And when it comes to attraction, emotions rule everything. Machiavelli didn't teach love, he taught strategy. He understood something deeper, how people think, feel, and react, especially when it comes to desire, control, and influence. Once a man understands this one truth, everything changes. He stops chasing and starts winning. 1. Women are driven by emotion, not logic. The biggest mistake men make is assuming women think like they do. Men often operate through logic, structure, and reason, but women experience the world through emotion first. This doesn't make them irrational, it makes them deeply intuitive. If you argue with logic alone, you will lose her attention. But if you connect with her emotions, you win her interest. Machiavelli believed influence comes from understanding perception, and perception is emotional, not logical. A man who speaks to emotions controls the interaction. That is where power begins. 2. Attraction is about mystery, not availability. Men think being always available shows loyalty, but in reality, it destroys attraction. Women are naturally drawn to mystery and unpredictability. If she can fully predict you, she loses interest. Machiavelli taught that unpredictability creates power. When you are not fully understood, you become intriguing. This doesn't mean playing games, it means having depth. Don't reveal everything at once. Let her discover you slowly. Mystery keeps her thinking about you even when you're gone. 3. Power comes from emotional control. The moment a man loses control of his emotions, he loses power. Women test emotional strength, often unconsciously. They want to see if you break under pressure. If you react with anger, jealousy, or desperation, you fail the test. Machiavelli emphasized control over impulses. A calm man is a dangerous man because he cannot be manipulated easily. Emotional stability signals confidence, and confidence is one of the strongest forms of attraction. Control yourself and you control the situation. 4. Women respect strength more than kindness alone. Kindness is good, but alone it is not enough. Many men confuse being nice with being attractive, but attraction requires strength and boundaries. A woman may appreciate kindness, but she respects strength. Machiavelli believed it is better to be respected than loved if you cannot be both. A man without boundaries becomes invisible. Say no when needed. Stand your ground. Don't seek approval, create it. Respect builds desire over time. Without it, attraction fades quickly. 5. Scarcity creates value. What is always available is rarely appreciated. This applies to everything, including you. If you are always texting, always calling, always there, you lose your value. Machiavelli understood the power of scarcity. Distance increases desire. When your presence is limited, your value rises. She begins to wonder about you, think about you, miss you. That's where attraction deepens. 6. Women test to find security. Tests are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to measure you. A woman may challenge you, disagree, or act distant. She is observing how you respond. Machiavelli believed challenges reveal true character. If you become reactive, you show weakness. If you remain calm and grounded, you show strength. Passing tests builds trust and attraction. Failing them leads to loss of respect. Understand the test and you'll never lose control. 7. Confidence is silent, insecurity is loud. You don't need to prove your worth constantly. That itself shows insecurity. True confidence is quiet and steady. It doesn't beg for validation. Machiavelli valued subtle displays of power. The strongest man in the room often says the least. Let your actions speak, not your words. When you stop trying to impress, you naturally become impressive. That's when she starts chasing your approval. 8. Detachment increases attraction. Attachment creates neediness. Detachment creates power. This doesn't mean you don't care, it means you are not dependent. Machiavelli taught that dependence weakens position. When you are okay with losing her, you stop fearing loss. And that fearlessness is attractive. Women can sense when a man is too attached. It creates pressure and kills desire. Stay grounded in your own life. Let her come to you, not the other way around. 9. Women follow emotional leaders. In relationships, someone leads emotionally. If it's not you, it will be her. Machiavelli believed leadership defines power. A man must lead with calm, clarity, and direction. Not control, but guidance. Women are drawn to men who know where they are going, who don't hesitate or seek constant reassurance. When you lead emotionally, she feels safe, and safety allows attraction to grow. Without leadership, everything becomes unstable. 10. Self-respect is the ultimate weapon. At the core of everything is one thing: self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will. Machiavelli understood that power begins within. Know your worth and never compromise it. Walk away from disrespect. Don't chase what doesn't choose you. The moment you value yourself, others feel it. You stop accepting less than you deserve, and that changes everything. Because a man who respects himself can never lose. Once you understand this truth about women, the game changes. You stop making emotional mistakes that cost you everything. You move with purpose, not confusion. You act with control, not desperation. Machiavelli's wisdom was never about manipulation, it was about understanding human nature deeply and using that knowledge wisely. When you master yourself, you master attraction. When you stop chasing, you start attracting. And that is the moment you can never lose.